Hey guys, and welcome to the video review of Transformers Armada Red Alert. Now many of the Armadas were known as gimmick formers because unfortunately they were loaded with gimmicks, and some of them, unfortunately, the gimmicks took away the entire toy, like Armada Hotshot, who has very little articulation because of that. But again, you know, just like with Optimus Prime here and the shoulders, we can do that with Hotshot. Now I'll just raise the camera up a bit, use something to propel it on. As you can see now, he's Red Alert here. I do have his minicon. He's loaded with gimmicks, but ironically enough, they don't actually hamper him. You see, they're all cleverly placed. The electric ones are the he does have a few others just moving around, so I can get the charge wire onto this. There we go. Hopefully it's charging. Turn the PC on so I can do other stuff. Yeah, he's pretty big. Yeah, he is big. Actually, just give me a second. As I was saying, you know, a lot of the Armada figures were hampered by gimmicks. I'll just move it up here to the computer desk so that we get a better view. And here he is. He's sort of a hybrid between an SUV and an ambulance, which personally looks pretty good. Yeah, I got this off of eBay. It came with a Dark Saber, the mini concept, but then I got another mini concept which contained another Dark Saber, and also contained the original Star Saber. So still, as you can see, I have put a few paint on him, bit of paint, but I need to give it another layer just to kind of make it look more like it was in the PS2 game. Hard to do that thing around the front though, because it was bad seeing his head. He rolls pretty well actually, and the front of the car is one of my favourites. I mean, just look at that grille. That is neat. Again, this guy's pretty cool as well. If I just turn the light on, because probably can't see him very well. I don't know. No, that's making it worse. Oh, bloody hell. If I try and move the camera again, sorry about this. This isn't going very well. There we go. And here's the minicon. There we go. He's pretty cool. Again, put some more paint on him because he was a bit bland. Still, we're on Red Alert here, he's big. He's a Voyager type figure. If I just take Age of Extinction crosshairs, yeah, he is big. He's actually been repainted several times into Power Link's Red Alert, a special version, which looked like Energon Prowl, as it had a similar paint. I think that was an exclusive one. And he was also repainted to be used in the movie as Inferno. At least, you know, with a reddish paint job and all that. Still, there's a few gimmicks in this mode. Again, minicon ports all over them. Most of them work in robot mode, but I will show off, like, one which works in vehicle mode. I do have batteries in, so, you know. And if I pull this, it's different now. Come on. Yeah. This should basically flip out. Just test it again. Wasn't doing this before. Come on, work. Yeah. And you can shoot the missile out. The missile that's just pointless. Why? Ugh. Still. Again, you might think that that's going to hamper a lot. Ironically, it does not. Like, yeah, see what I mean? It doesn't always work. And if you push it forward, so just draw. It does actually light up pretty well when it's average when it's in the dark. Yeah, you get the point. I don't know why there's black paint on it. Maybe to enhance it or something. I don't know. Still, before we transform Red Alert, is show the underneath. Yeah, I've highlighted a few bits out with light blue paint. And the Autobot symbol as well. Basically what I did is I painted the whole Autobot symbol white and then rubbed it away with the tissue, and the red bit remained, but the white is in there, and it's getting up. It highlights the symbol out more because it was just a big solid blotch of red paint on there, and the symbol is moulded. But when I painted white all over it and rubbed it off, it only took what was on the moulding which was sticking out. Like that, I did the same there, but it didn't obviously turn out as well. But you know, it sticks out them. Again, tried to camouflage these bits because it looked horrible like that. And right, so transforming them, which I might need my box. I'm always having to display things on boxes because I have a really crappy camera. Well, sort of. I'm gonna have to move the. Oh, feck it, I'll just do it here because it can't be arsed. With this, the doors do open. Yeah, you're supposed to attach that, but where it stores, it's a pain in the ass to get it out. I'm not really willing to do it. I never do it anyway, I just keep it there. In fact, if anything, I actually didn't even touch the ground. Still rolled well. So as I was saying, you open the doors, which is always nice, really. In fact, you could just have the door open and have that bit there. So we'll set the doors open, and that would look pretty good. Again, you know, pop open both of the doors, turn them like that, straighten out the arms completely, and then take this and unpeg this whole section here. And now I am going to need to raise the camera up because he's going to start getting big. Just right, and then we just shake it down, and because it's connected on the pin, if I was to see, and then this little tab is going to go right there, so like that. Let's get these out of the way. Flip these. I used to actually think that these blue bits were the feet, but then I realised they were the heel spurs. Again, I got this guy like years ago. Bloody hell. Hard to get those heel spurs out. And then what we just do is turn his arms around and up his head. And here he is. He's pretty good, actually. His chest is a bit big, but, you know, again, you know, it's packed in a massive section of gimmick here. And again, you know, it ends up on his back. And because of the age of this thing, I can just, without even needing the minicon, and it kind of makes him look a little bit better with the windshield up. And this does unpeg, and it goes into his hand. I don't know why I'd need it, considering he has this on his hand. Actually, I did some reading at one point, and at some point, ages ago. And the reason he has this is because during the Autobot and Decepticon Cybertronian War, he got his hand blown off. And as I say that, the missile flies out. Oh boy. And the worst thing is it hits the radiator, where it could potentially melt. Again, this guy was missing an accessory, but it was like that when I bought him. That is where the laser cannon on his hand goes, and that's where the other thing goes. When I put it in there, it was a pain to get out. Again, you know. He does have another little gimmick, but it does kind of hinder a bit. You just get that like that, and then it's a minicon stretcher. Personally, I know he's a medic, but this gimmick just really you know, it just didn't really work. Because it blocks certain things. We'll just take Longarm here, his official minicon partner. I mean, even then I'm struggling to get him in. It just never really worked all that well. I appreciate it, but, you know, I never use it. And it does have another gimmick here, which will only work if a minicon is plugged in. Doesn't matter which one, they all have the same ports. Heck, I could even use clench. And oh, bloody hell. Get in there, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like that. It's cool because you can trigger this and make it sound like an automatic. Same with the back one, you could just go like, just make it sound like an automatic. The one thing I don't get is they're pegged in. Why couldn't it just be moulded? like that. I think it was so they could get the pin in, probably. If I just... Oh, it's pretty, because this actually looks like a steering wheel. Let's stick that back in there. And again, you know, he's pretty good again. I don't know. I just keep it up like that, just make him look a little bit better. But then again, it does look a little weird. So, articulation. Now, this guy is not really hampered. He's only missing waist, really, which he didn't really need it. His head can rotate backward and forward. And, well, there's no really point looking him down, because he's just going to look at his chest. His arms can swivel. And this bit as well, some you'll find them on eBay like that, without both the arms, because, yeah, it's on it. I don't know why it wasn't pinned in, either way. In and out, double elbow, swivel at the elbow, fucking hell, this guy's packing it, and this is just his arms. Legs, in and out, slightly, you could sort of say that is a ball joint-ish, you know, it's the weirdest ball joint. Legs can go forward, bend at the knee, rotate at the knee, albeit it's better when you do it like that way, but, you know, it's cool because, considering that turns, I mean, in the show, in the game, this was always attached to this part of his legs, and you can sort of replicate that. You can probably see there. And he's actually really good, he's a good figure actually. Now, his minicon long arm, yeah, you just get it, you just fold his knees out. It's cool because when you fold them out, you have to do that, but because there's certain grooves in it, if you look, there's a diagonal groove, so when you do it, it sort of does it automatically. And you're not supposed to pull his arms up, but then they just make them look like they're detached from his body. And he's pretty good, he's focusing. Focus. Focus! There we go. As you can see, he's pretty cool. I did paint him a bit just because those peach bits there on the back of his legs, when you're in vehicle mode, they just look ugly sticking out like that. And he's got a good head sculpt. I like his head. I do have the guidebook, but I'm not going to get it out. It's a pain in the ass. Again, you know, it's funny because you could just rip this whole thing off, but I don't do that. I mean, in a way, it acts like a third leg because his standing abilities, they look good. You'd think that. In fact, if I just pull this off, you know, he stands well. Really well. It's because his legs are pretty big and blocky. But with this on, just click it back on. It's not like a slight pin joint or anything, it's just a little clicky. You're going to do that. Unless you take either this and feed it through there and then just bend it down. Or you just have it like that, you know. He's going to stand perfectly fine. He's not the most poseable, but he is bloody tiny. So what can you expect? And he's old. This is like, in fact, if I find a date, yeah, there it is. We'll just grab Red Alert again. Oh, Christ. Focus! ...2001. So this guy is he's 13 years old. Again, you know, he's a good figure. His light piping, if I just get him in the light, I've never actually tested light piping before. And it's sunny, so yay. It's not really showing up, is it? No, it isn't. That sort of sucks. That's a fail. That really is. Oh, there you go. You got it just there, just a quick thing. I don't know why I want to look at his knees. Still, if you do see the chance to get this toy, get him. I got mine loose for about nearly 10 quid, I think. Can't remember, about years ago. I do have two more main Armada figures. I've got Scavenger and Demolisher, but, you know, this is with... I do the PS2 game, so... Here he is with Galvatron. I've actually had this guy. I got him when he was out. Well, my dad got him me. And I've also... Same with Optimus, who, ironically enough, is a little bit shorter. again with his modded arms, you know. And he's been updated, he's got new pieces for the back of him. Still, let's get these two out of the way. If you see the chance to get this guy, get him. I'm going to rate him a final rating of 9 out of 10. The only thing is, his proportion, the only thing that's letting him down is his proportions are a little bit off, and that sounds a little cheesy. Again, you know, he's not really flawed that really very much, again, you know. So yeah, if you get a chance to get him. And this has been the Archangel, and I'll catch you next time.